Right, well, it's top 5 time. So, if you watched last week's pod, last week's top 5, we actually did 2 top 5s last week, and we're going to do 2 again this week. So last week it was top 5 tag teams of all time and then current tag teams. So we've now gone for factions this week from Matt. So we've gone top factions of all time, top 5 current factions. Where do you want to start?
We're doing now and then all time?
Yeah, we'll do now first,
Yeah. So we all say number 5, then I'll say number 4, do it that way again, yeah?
Yeah.
So now, my number 5 is the Bloodline.
The new Bloodline?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't think of many factions in WWE.
So I went for the Judgment Day, as they are technically still together at this point. And I think they've had an amazing run as a team.
House of Black.
I forgot about that.
They're not very active at the moment, but they're still there.
I think that's why I didn't.
I think obviously with Buddy getting married and stuff, and
because I had FTR. In my head, I had FTR from last week, and you said they've not been active recently as a tag team.
That's why I was struggling for my number 5, and I was looking for a few lists, and it reminded me there's still a group, and I'm expecting big things, and hopefully, fingers crossed, in the near future. So I've got House of Black
on there. Yeah, number 4, I've gone Bang Bang Gang.
I've also gone Bang Bang Gang.
I've gone White 6.
I was gonna put them in, but I watched.
They haven't done anything
in the ring.
They haven't done anything or anything, but I'm loving. So I'm loving it. I don't stay up to watch Raw, even though I might do tonight. But when I get up the next day, the first thing I look for is what's the White 6 done this week. So for me, I like the whole gimmick of it all, I like the idea of it all. So yeah, that's why I've put them in there. Might change the performance tonight. Might be absolutely terrible. It might change, but I don't think it is. But that's why I've gone with them, just because they are something that's making me watch wrestling at the moment.
Fair enough. Number 3.
I'll go first.
I'll go.
I've put the new Bloodline at number 3.
Yes.
As much as it's hard to watch, they are.
No. Solo's hard to watch. The rest of them are fine.
But Jacob Fatu's absolutely stonking. Yeah. I mean, the other 2 I think are still waiting to get going properly. But it is what we're talking about. We have literally for weeks talked about the Bloodline in one way or the other.
Yep. Great.
Oh,
go on. Sorry.
Mine is Bullet Club War Dogs. David Finlay. David Finlay's team just added Jake Lee into the mix, doing really well in NJ. They are, I think, the War Dogs with the tag belts. David Finlay's one of the big champions, and it's a great team, doing well at the minute. Got Gabe Kidd, who's on the up as well.
I've gone the Patriarch.
So
Nick Wayne, Kill Switch.
Yeah.
And Mother Wayne. Fucking love him. Absolutely love him.
Yeah, good.
It's such a good
They haven't made my list, but I did think about, when I was thinking about my list, I did pull them out.
And they just won the trios titles as well, so.
Yeah. Which apparently Christian put a title on Nick Wayne this week, and then put the other one on Nick Wayne's mum, not Kill Switch.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what goes on. Number 2.
Number 2, Ted. You can go first.
United Empire. I thought they were going to fall off after Ospreay went, but TJP's picked up the reins. Cobb's TV champion, and RA's the strong title champion. The open weight title, the never open weight champion. Having bangers most weeks. Like, they've got 2 fantastic upcoming talents in Callum Newman and Francesco Akira, both amazing in the ring. And they're absolutely banging it at the moment. I don't see an NJPW event where they don't have that faction don't have a banger match in them somewhere.
Matthew?
I've gone the Elite. I am loving what they're doing. in AEW. I think and I said this when we first started, I never liked the Young Bucks. I fucking love what they're doing at the moment. I think it's so good. And adding Jack Perry in there as well. Don't get me wrong, I hate the super kick thing. It winds me up. But what they're doing storyline wise, character wise, against AEW, against Tony Khan, anyone against Tony Khan, I'll fucking cheer for. And they brought Jack Perry into the mix, and Okada, it just mixes well, and I love it.
I got Judgment Day.
Yes.
Obviously, up to SummerSlam, Judgment Day have been the best stables out there currently. Everything they've carried gold, tag teams, world heavyweight, the women's title,
North American.
That the group has built people up that probably wouldn't have got built up. Rhea is the only exception, and Finn maybe the only exceptions on that. Yeah, it's done wonders for Damian Priest. Look what it's done for Dom Mysterio. It's got him out from being Ray's son to being Dirty Dom Mysterio, the most hated man in pro wrestling right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as much as the Funko Pop winds me up. It's even got JD McDonough over, and it's even give Carlito something to do when they've got nothing else for him. R-Truth, you know what I mean? Look at the whole stuff of R-Truth. It's just gold, and you can't not have them in. Yeah. Right? Number one times.
Ted?
The Elite. The best faction out there at the moment. Merchandise wise, they absolutely smash it. Match wise, they smashed it left, right, and centre. The Jack Perry stuff is amazing. It's just sick to. I love Jack Perry, and it was great to see him come back, and he's been put into the forefront of everything with the Bucks and Okada, and I just think it's great. And I think there's a lot more to come when Kenny can come back, and I think those build and build from there. John?
The Elite. The Elite. So I did that earlier on, and that's how I knew Ted would know exactly who I had number one. I think you knew it as well, Matt. No?
Oh, I knew you had Elite, but I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, no, but that's what I meant. I think you knew the Elite.
Yeah.
It's Young Bucks. It's the Elite. It's not the Elite incarnation that we got originally, but it's gold. It's perfect on TV. It's doing what the way they're booking it is perfect because people are so against them. They don't want them doing this. They don't want them injecting and all that. So they just make characters where they're literally giving themselves everything. Getting Jack Perry involved with it is probably the best thing that they've thought of for Jack Perry. They could have done with Jack Perry after this whole Punk thing because he was going to get heat from the Punk fans no matter what. He's going to get heat from the Punk fans no matter what he did. So put him in a group that lets you mock it and then take the mick out of it. Okada, they've given Okada a new string instead of him having this squeaky clean gimmick that he had in New Japan. They give him this heel run, which is iconic because it's so funny. Oops, I pressed the wrong fucking button. I didn't think I'd ever hear Okada swear. But at the Elite in the general, mate, how many wrestlers do you know has got a trainer? A pair of trainers. The Young Bucks.
Exactly. Multiple pairs of trainers. They've had a couple.
Yeah. Roman Reigns, I believe Roman Reigns is due potentially a deal with Jordan.
Yeah.
It's been teased, which I will pop off big time for, but I'll never get a pair of them because they'll sell out in seconds. But I believe Roman Reigns is on his way for a pair of Jordans. But the Elite the Young Bucks have had two pairs with, I know it's Reebok, but two pairs of Reebok and they've sold out quickly. But yeah, they're changing the business every day. It's great. Matt?
The Acclaimed. Go on.
You going for a Keith Lee moment there?
No. Judgment
Day. All right. All right. Okay.
I knew it was just
Judgment Day.
Just playing you there.
You say they're the greatest group. The fair your opinion. Mine was the Judgment Day. Mate, you know Priest, Balor, tag team champions, North American champion for Dom. Rhea was the world champion, was absolutely dominant with that title. Like you said, they brought JD up, made even JD seem like he actually had some relevance to anything with Carlito. The storyline going all the way through it, and we've all been like, you know, is there someone else going to join the Judgment Day, or are they just going to break away? Obviously, now we know. But for me, Judgment Day have been the best stable for since they came in. Well, not since they came in, probably since Edge left them.
That's it. The controversy of Edge leaving them as well. That you know, I mean, they survived that. For me, mate, the Elite and Judgment Day, it's like that.
Yeah, they're side by side. I agree.
They're only ever so slightly, for me, the Elite's only literally a hair between the differences, and that's. Do you know what? Maybe this weekend's probably cast the Judgment and made the Elite go above them for me, but on my list, maybe. But when the Judgment Day became the Judgment Day with Finn and Priest and Rhea, it weren't getting a lot of love from people because they thought, well, you've lost the big attraction with Edge and da. But it didn't. It went from leaps to bounds, and I think
made Priest a main event player.
Taking Edge away from it was probably the best thing they did.
Yeah.
Because it opened up that avenue for Priest to be the main event player in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And it, like I said, it done wonders for Dom. It's done absolute wonders for Dom. I think if we didn't have Judgment Day, Dom Mysterio will still be tagging with his dad in the LWO.
Yeah. He would be. He would be all time.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Yeah. Number 5. Wyatt family.
Mine's the Elite.
Mine is the NWO.
Oh, you put them in.
So I'll be honest, right? So I am nod with them and the Undisputed Era, because Undisputed Era were the biggest faction in NXT for me ever. So, and I had that recency bias, but then when you were speaking, John, about NWO Hollywood and NWO Wolfpack, things like that, there's so many things that come off that original faction, so I can't not put them in there. But I think the other 4 in here are bigger for me personally. Let's say, but 5 is going to be NWO for me.
Fair enough. We always say, obviously, it's good to have that people different like doing this. Me and Matt's always said it. Me and Matt have different tastes and things, and you coming in now as well. As much as we will debate, like we did with Hardys last week with you, I'll debate with Matt and stuff as well, and you'll do it with me. It's good for the content, mate. It's good to have that opinion. So if you ever feel like you want to leave someone out, don't feel pressured by us saying you need to put it in. Leave them out. You have your reasons. Obviously, we'll then debate it, and then obviously the people can decide who's right anyway. Did you do yours, Matt?
I said the Elite. I think what they're doing, the whole AEW thing, and before that, and like you said last week about the Young Bucks and stuff, the top 5.
4.
Evolution.
Mine is. Okay.
I've got Evolution. Batista, Orton, coming out of that and being main event players. Triple H obviously being already there, and giving Ric Flair, I know we all hate him, but at the time, giving Ric Flair a new lease on life and actually making him do something that was worthy and doing something. Mate, the Evolution at the time was just, it was meant. There was no one better.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot about them.
Shit.
They are in mine as well.
Yeah, I don't think if I remembered about the Evolution, the Wyatt family wouldn't have made my list. Now, who was yours, Ted?
The original Bloodline. So Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Sammy, Paul, Solo. And see that run, you'll never see another run like that in a lifetime. I don't think.
Not in my top 5.
Not my top 5.
No.
No.
And that's I can't believe I'm saying that, but they're not in my top just because of who's above them.
Yeah. My number 4. Sierra, Hotel, Indigo, Echo, Lima, Delta.
Oh, Ted's had a meh.
The Shield. I am on record. I absolutely love the Shield. Anything they did, they were controversial. They were amazing. And you cannot look at wrestling now and go, oh, the Shield didn't really do nothing. The 3 members of the Shield are probably the three of the biggest wrestlers in the world right now. I'm sure in the last 3 years, they have topped PWI's Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been talking about one Roman. Roman wasn't even the biggest name in the group.
No, that was Seth.
Seth came out as the big name in the group, but we got Roman. Obviously, look what he's doing now. Seth's gone on to be, and I'll argue to the day I die, he will go down as probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time, in-ring performer. Once he hangs his boots up, and then Ambrose / Mox. He didn't do well. He's as Ambrose in WWE. I think there wasn't really that. He had championships, but out of the three, he weren't. So he cut away, went on his own, became Mox. He is the guy that carries AEW. He's the guy that
Tony Mox before WWE as well.
Yeah, it was. That was his original gimmick. Was Mox on CZW and stuff in the independents. Obviously, before WWE, it's a bit hit and miss if you read his book and stuff. But Jon Moxley right now is taking time off because he's not had time off because he has been the one guy that when Tony Khan needed someone to pull him out the shit, stepped up every time. When all the Punk stuff was going on, he stopped his holiday with his family. He's carried New Japan for a bit as well. When they needed someone in the transition period after Will, you can't not. And let's be honest, they've writ history being as good as they are the Shield.
Aye.
Number 3.
Fuck's it. I believe I missed them.
I've got number 3 of the Shield. I think the third. For reasons I said.
The 3 I've got here for me, I'll explain them obviously as I go along. Number 3, I've got the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club as the entire incarnation, barring the new one. And I'm not keen on the new one. They literally changed the business. I haven't put the Elite in. I haven't got the Elite in my list for a reason because I put Bullet Club in it. I feel the Bullet Club and then the Elite off it is what. But they changed the business, the way it looked, the merchandising side of it. There was at one point you couldn't go to any wrestling event, whether you were in WWE or an independent, without seeing a Bullet Club shirt. And then obviously the stuff that Bullet Club did for people's careers. Finn started it. Look what Finn's doing. AJ's the head. Kenny Omega, Bucks, Cody Rhodes. They helped Cody Rhodes on the Indies, going back to where he is now. And then obviously, eventually, they split off to be the Elite that then made AEW. So that's why I've put them in there.
So I didn't do Bullet Club because I didn't watch anything. The only reason I put Elite is because of the whole AEW thing. Anything before that, I don't have a fucking clue, so I'm not going to put the Bullet Club in just because they're in there. Do you know what I mean? It's like
no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's why I've gone. I felt I sort of knew that you may, if you were going to do any of that, it would be the Elite, and that's why I went to the Bullet Club instead of just the Elite because the Bullet Club as a whole have changed the business.
So my number 3 were Evolution. They launched the 2 of the careers of Hall of Famers. Well, 2 Hall of Fame. Well, all of them are Hall of Famers. Come the end of the career because when Randy Orton retires, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer, 1,000,000,000%. He's already in Batista already in the Hall of Fame.
Nope. He was gonna be, and then COVID hit.
Oh shit! Yeah, he did. Yeah. I thought they were all in already. But yeah, Batista. That Batista, the back end of Evolution, the Triple H, Batista,
2005
rivalry,
Batista.
Yeah, it was like one of the best implosions of a faction ever. It was just like that table, the thumbs up, thumbs down, bang through the table. It was sick. I remember like growing up watching that and been absolutely buzzing, and like also. Just it's so good. Triple H gets a lot of flack for that era, but
I know
he did so much.
But I was more shocked at Seth turning on the Shield.
Yeah.
I was more shocked at that. That's the like when I looked at the stable as a whole and thought, how did they break up? The Shield was more shocking for me because we already lost Orton out of Evolution. So we knew Batista was going to come to an end, and the way that it was all going anyway, you didn't knew that from Seth because they just had a match at Extreme Rules, and then the next night in Raw it turns. But that wouldn't have happened if Did someone get injured in Evolution? Was it Batista? Batista got injured and left.
Yeah, he did.
And then they told Seth that night he was turning on him. So, but yeah, no, fair play. Evolution was sick, man. Loved Evolution. Who did you get, John?
Bullet Club.
Oh, Bullet Club. Sorry, yes, she did. Number two.
Top two. I have a feeling my and your top two, Matt, are the same,
same.
but they might be in the wrong way around.
So my number two is Bullet Club. But probably I didn't get to hear John's because I've just had to take my hat off because my earphones have died. But yeah, like just look at every member that's been in Bullet Club and where they are now. So you can look at probably the top of most companies. Like so, you've got Kenny Omega, you've got the Young Bucks, you've got Cody Rhodes at one point, you've got Hangman Page, like the majority of the indies, Adam Cole. You see, you've got the majority of every big time indie wrestler has been in the Bullet Club, and they started with no Bullet Club. There's no AEW. Bullet Club started the revolution. Well, Stem the Fire that started the revolution for me. But yes, so that's why they're my number two. Matt?
Generation X.
We've got it the other way around.
Yeah. These two that me and Matt, I think if we're in the right way, these two didn't happen. We don't have wrestling that we have today.
Yeah.
We have the gimmick, the Repo Man, the Typhoon, the Hurricanes, the gimmick wrestling that we had. D-Generation X were cutting edge. They were gritty. They were what the Attitude Era needed. I know we got Stone Cold, and he is probably the most iconic wrestler from the Attitude Era. But D-Generation, like as a kid, I got grounded because I told people to suck it because of D-Generation X.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the any incarnation, Shawn and Triple H in China, revolutionary. I mean, a female bodyguard, revolutionary. Then Shawn dropped out or got kicked out.
Well.
What?
You had Rude in there. I don't know if you said Rick.
Yeah, they had Rude as well, and obviously Rude.
$1 Million Man as well.
And then Shawn dropped out, and then we got the New Age Outlaws and X-Pac, and Jesus, the stuff they were doing on TV every week was great. I mean, the storylines between them and The Rock, and obviously Mankind and Mick Foley for years, Kane, everything. They were Vince, and the Stephanie McMahon marriage and everything. They were revolutionary. Absolutely, Matt.
I've got NWO. Reason in a minute. I'll tell you why DX is top for me, but NWO just mate. When Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash, I would obviously didn't watch it at the time, but obviously rewatching things and you go back, Hogan coming out and you think he's helping Savage, and you think it's just Hogan in it. It's just Hogan. He's a great American hero, and then all of a sudden he does a leg drop on him. And then everything's get thrown at him, and then that just starts the whole thing. Mate,
it's an iconic moment in wrestling. That night.
Is. And I know get people, and I said it before. You don't get factions without the NWO. There's a reason I put DX first. I'll go into in a minute, but NWO, mate, just revolutionised how stables are. And yes, towards the end, it was stupid. You had about 90 million. It's like Bullet Club at one point. Everyone was wearing the T-shirts, and it's like, I don't even know who the fuck is in it anymore. Kevin Sullivan's in it somewhere. Like, you just don't know. But the original NWO, Hollywood Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Six,
and Bischoff
were the NWO that mad for me.
Number one.
My number one is D-Generation X.
Same.
DX. I was jealous that I wasn't in DX. I was jealous when people were wearing DX t-shirts and I did not have a DX t-shirt. And taking it away for a second, when United won the treble, I was in front of the TV doing the DX crotch up. Like that is a fun. I was just like that constantly at Bayern Munich, like, and it's You've gone into everything anyway, but 6, Sean Waltman, X-Pac, 1, 2, 3 kid. He became my favorite wrestler because of in DX. I wanted a Tory. I wanted to be Sean Waltman. And then you had the New Age Outlaws who were absolutely dominant in the tag team at the time. They were tag team champs, beating Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, Acolytes, to everyone that came. And then they aligned themselves with the Radicals in 2000, and it's like, how more dominant do you want to get? Triple H marrying Steph, mate. It was so, and that's what made me into a big Triple H fan even more than I was. It was the step up that he needed to get out of Sean Shadow when he took over the DX reigns.
Say anything to add on? Oh, Matt said on DX.
Nah, the exact same. Everything you've said. It was like the cool thing growing up was doing the crotch chop, telling someone to suck it. It's such a cool thing.
The fact Hornswoggle was a part of DX as well is mental as well.
Hey,
one of the most expensive Mattel action figures is DX Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
Let us know. NWO number 1.
Yeah.
The reason I've gone the other way around was if NWO didn't happen, we didn't get the Attitude Era. We didn't get the Monday Night Raws. But then also you think of the domino, the butterfly effect, whatever you want to call it, about NWO. And I'm the same as you, Matt. Hall, Hogan, Nash, Bischoff, 6. I couldn't care about the rest.
Yeah.
I was actually really pissed off when they did the Wolfpack and then Sting joined them, because Sting was the whole point of Sting was anti-NWO.
Yeah.
But the butterfly effect of the NWO, we don't have wrestling today. Again, if that didn't happen, we don't have wrestling as it is today. That they were their run to create the Monday Night Raw is solely responsible for Vince McMahon changing his way with his wrestlers.
Yeah, all day.
Because he was losing with his gimmick wrestling every week. I mean, he even tried he had Kane pretend he was Diesel. So
fucking hell, yeah, I forgot about this.
And I can't remember who did Scott Hall Razor Ramon.
Is it Crush?
Yeah, I think something like that.
But he even tried putting fake gimmicks of them out because they were such a big loss to him. If that didn't happen, we would still be watching, people being named like the Postman and stuff like that, and it wouldn't be what it was. I think they revolutionized everything about wrestling, and the step up that WWF at the time had to make to compete against them. And like you said there, Matt, that night Hogan come out, and even the comments like Hogan's coming to save WCW from these guys, Hogan, and he drops the leg drop on Savage, and that ring fills full of rubbish, and he's there and he's red and yellow. Iconic. Like, another iconic moment for me is when the Outsiders attack the backstage, and there's a match going on, it cuts to the backstage, and Kevin Nash lawn darts Rey Mysterio into the production truck. Even now I know it's Rey's idea and he wanted to go through the window. It made it even more. That's an iconic moment, because you're like, oh my god, he's just literally launched a man into the wall. Obviously they did become the despise pretty much of WCW or parts of it, but iconic. I mean, Hall and Nash have hand in DX as well, because obviously you had the whole Madison Square Garden moment, which if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have got Stone Cold 316 at King of the Ring, because Triple H was booked to win King of the Ring that year. And as punishment, they couldn't punish Shawn because he was the poster boy. So they punished Triple H for it, took his title shot run from King of the Ring off it and give it to Stone Cold. If that didn't happen, we wouldn't have got Stone Cold 316 from him and Michael P.A. Sage, and we wouldn't. That rewrite history. They're just iconic. But once again, Matt, for me, it's hairline. It's hairline between them and DX. Absolutely. Next week, top 5. I believe we had some suggestions.
So we've got some. I've got them up here now. So we've got Hall of Fame by Heel Jack now. We're going to do Hall of Fame. We'll do it more near WrestleMania because it's a Hall of Fame kind of thing. So we'll do that then. We've got wrestling attires. We've got championship belts. And I've just thought one of British wrestlers with All In being in a couple of weeks. I thought British wrestlers would be a cool one to do, then do championship belts. That, who was it that said it? Top Rope asked for. So we do British wrestlers for All In, because All In's coming to the UK, so we'll do British wrestlers of all time and now. We'll carry on doing that theme. And then we do top favourite championships. Any design, any promotion, he says.
So the next one on top British?
Yeah, because with All In being there, we might as well do the British one. Right. Get that out of the way. And then
who was that asked by?
The British one's by me, but the championship one is Top Rope.
Okay. So yeah, guys, in the comments, suggest your top 5s. We'll give a shout out to whoever it is that calls it each week in the streams as well. Throw them in, and obviously we'll note them down in the streams too. But yeah, we'll go British wrestlers best of all time, and now it's going to be a bit of a toughie one. That one, I think that's going to be one of the harder ones. That
makes it more fun.
I think of all time. I think we'll all agree on all time. Actually, Ted's in the chat. Keith Lee's not British.
No, why not?
You can't cheat on this and count them. And then wrestling attires as well. We'll do after championship belts. If you want to do that, Mr. Green, we can do wrestling attires.
Yeah, that's I like that.
All mine will be Undertaker.
Oh no, you got to have a Ray in there somewhere.
Johnny Gargano as well with
Johnny's. Seth did quite a few good ones during his.
Yeah, fair play. Well, yeah, thanks for the suggestions. If you want, like John said, if you want to carry on suggesting them, put them in the comment section below, and we'll do them as we come. If there's something coming up, like a Survivor Series, that we'll do a best Survivor Series of all time, for example, or like All In's coming in, we're doing a British one first. We'll get to them. We will do them. Absolutely. Hall of Fame one will definitely be near the Hall of Fame, though.
Oh yeah, Hall of Fame one will hold out to Mania. Anything to do with Manias and Hall of Fame obviously, if you've been with us a while, you know we do like a Mania sort of takes over for like almost like a month. We do sort of stuff. We have our awards as well after Mania. So yeah, make suggestions if you want. Obviously, we'll acknowledge them. They may get put into a little file and kept for the future because they make more sense doing around the pay-per-view, like Matt said. Also, suggest if you want to see some more fun stuff, like let us know, give us some feedback, because obviously we try new stuff every week. Like the quiz from SummerSlam, enjoy the quiz. The guy for the 2K stream, are we enjoying the 2K streams? Do you want to see more of them? Obviously around the pay-per-view, they're really good around pay-per-view times, I think, as well, because it gives us something to build upon. And what do you want to see from us? Do you want particular streams on, like I say, 2K, or especially now with TikTok, because we're going to be going live a little bit more often on TikTok only? What do you want on them? Do you want, the fellas that open it up for Q&A? Do you want, open it up so you can guys come in and ask the question? If you obviously been watching for a while, Matt's got a great knowledge of WWE and events. Do you want to do a live challenge, Matt? Which I think would be a great idea.
So do I.
Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the lives. But yeah, Monday Night Raw tonight, bit different. We normally talk about Raw, but obviously plans. We've got to record today. I've got plans tomorrow, and I think you have as well, Matt, aren't you? You've got plans tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got plans tomorrow.
Oh, Ted's got plans tomorrow. Good. I'm having my little nephew tomorrow.
Oh, I'm going to the cinema. I am going to see a film.
Cool. But guys, I think that's a nice point. It's another big one. We might it's a bit of chopping out there doing stuff, but it's SummerSlam week. Expect a big one. A lot happened. But yeah, don't forget. Obviously, all the social media's down there. Go and give us a follow, especially on the TikTok more as well. Follow everything, but TikTok is there because there will be TikTok only streams coming. I think there will be, as is in the past, there would have been a Raw one done for this week's Raw, and I think there's going to be a SmackDown one done as well because of the aftermath. And also the affiliation. Don't forget we are affiliated with Eurostore. The link's in the description below. If you want to go for a look, hit the link and follow it, just in case you do buy something. We get a little cut from it, and then obviously we will ultimately be building it up to do a really good giveaway for you guys on one of the live streams in the future. Anything else, guys?
No,
good.
Just thank you for all joining us the other night. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the likes and gifts and everything else you gave us on TikTok. Everyone that was in the stream for YouTube, really appreciate you all again.
We were like a bunch of like newbies. At one point, me and Matt were literally like,
thanks for the what was it? Thanks for an apple or something. And we're like, what does the apple do? What does this do?
It's like, yeah, thanks for the gift. I haven't got a clue what it does, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And then someone was like, you can make money off him. I'm like, what? Give us more.
Yeah. And then she donated gifts.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we will see you in the near future somewhere. If it's next week's pod or live. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.